My honest review on this particular patch story, on Luke's particular story, which is technically a character quest. It technically is, I guess, kind of a character quest, but not really, because even though the story focuses on Luke and Luke's identity, it also focuses a lot on the Fraxidus primarily. This was a Fraxidus story. This was a Fraxidus core story, because when we went to Luke's hideout, when we met Luke and we ask him about Imeth, he takes us to the hideout. We then learn a lot of interesting lore that I think the audience and the community have wanted to know about the Fractidus so many times. The fact that the overseers are all over the planet, all over the world. The main overseers that are in the Fractidus are all over the globe, scattered, being the architect, the architect leading all of them, being the head honcho, the big boss. You know, we learned that Hecate was the true identity of Frolova. That's, even though Hecate, we kind of already knew Hecate was like the code name and the true identity name due to 2.0, because we fought Hecate, and I think people put 2 and 2 together. But each member of the Fractidus have their code identity names and their real names. And you've got Cristoforo, whose, Fraxidus name is Arachnos. And one thing to keep in mind is each member of the Fractidus, each overseer has an alternate form. Hecate is Frolova's alternate form. Then you've got the goat, which is Scar, the big ram goat. And I don't think Scar has an alternate name. I think Scar is just called Scar, but correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, if he has an overseer official name. And then, but Cristoforo's overseer official name was Arachnos. Now, what does Arachnos resemble to? An arachnid, a spider. So maybe in the future we'll see Cristoforo's true form being a big spider, which, one, anyone that has arachnophobia, I'm sorry for your loss, but also that would be pretty cool. But also, Kuai Yuan or Shu Yuen, however you want to pronounce his name, Kuai Yuan or Shu Yuen actually referenced a city that Luke mentioned in the story being, is it Mengjiao or Mengjiao or something like that? And that's where Shu Yuen is. That's where I believe the Corte Savante and the people that hide Shu Yuen are. And it looks like that's where we're going to be going. They also mentioned the New Federation is a place where the Fractidus have their main base of operations. They are coming from the New Federation. We also found out that the New Federation don't treat resonators properly. They treat them with disrespect and they look down upon them, So, yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. We also learnt of new overseers. A new overseer called Eris, a new overseer called Siren, a new overseer called Hydra, and then another one, which I believe someone put in the chat. Where is he? That's it. Zuski Warashki. I can't pronounce. It's yeah. We got a good few of them. A good few new name drops. A good few new main name drops for the overseers of the Fractidus, and we find out that they're scattered throughout the New Federation. They're scattered around all of these other cities and regions that we're going to be going to, and the Corte Savante yet again was name dropped. This was a lore-heavy patch. A lore-heavy patch. This was primarily focusing on Luke and primarily focusing on the relationship between Luke and Rover and primarily focusing on the Fractidus as an organization. The Fraxidus as an organization. The Grand Architect making an appearance again was really cool. More games, just playing games. We find out that the Architect is immortal. He's been around for centuries. He's been around for a good hot minute. And spoiler alert, he is the reason Imeth died. The Grand Architect was the reason why Imeth died and why Imeth overclocked. And Rover is not happy. He's not a happy bunny about this, of course, as he wouldn't be. He's very, very, very angry about this. So, when we meet the Grand Architect again, Rover's going to have a few things to say. He's going to have he's going to be saying, you have a debt to pay, being your life for killing my daughter, and all that jazz. But it also opens the door for other things, like Shu Yuen making a return. Obviously, as we know, the Fraxidus are very keen on releasing Awakening and doing certain things with Thronodians. We know Geshu Lin made a reappearance, and he's now a Thronodian resonator for the Overthrax, which I'm sure is going to hatch from its cocoon very soon, or at some point in the next in a year or so, or when next couple of regions or patches or whatever. It's going to be very, very interesting where this story goes. We learnt that Luke was a member of the Fractidus, not because he was evil, because he chose to infiltrate the operation to gain intelligence and to gain information about each Overseer member and what they're up to. And the reason why Luke was sent to Lahairoi bypassed Rover is because Luke basically became overworked, and this obsession with the Overthrax, with this obsession with the Fractidus caused him to start getting a little bit vengeful, rageful, and Rover was like, you're going too far. You're going to end up like them if you continue. Go to the go to the Lahairoi region. I need you to relax, chill, gain info, gain intel, and make sure that that region is secure for when I make my return. So yeah, very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. Yeah, I really am looking forward to where this goes. This patch humanizes Rover a lot. Humanizes him a lot. It doesn't feel like a robot. And yeah, we also learned that Frolova was indeed manipulated, and Rover never made any promises to her. That's, so there's loads of things that have happened in this patch. It's a very lore heavy patch. Lots of information was revealed, and it's making me very excited for the future. Obviously now we're just gonna wait for the Exostrider to reawaken after we attached the core, so we can go and save our daughter. And it makes me think that we're going to be saving our daughter sooner rather than later, which I'm not too sure if I'm happy about, but we'll see how they handle it. Very good patch, very good story. Both stories, both part 1 and part 2 of the story, very well written. Well done, Kuro. You have been absolutely outstanding with this patch's stories, and on to the future. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought of this story, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy and have a good rest of your day.